In the contested South China Sea, a new era is dawning, one that is being shaped not by diplomatic overtures or political rhetoric, but by the imposing presence of steel warships and the projection of naval power. This is an era defined by steel, not words. The gleaming hulls of modern battleships now speak louder than any statement from a podium, and their presence sends a message that cannot be ignored. In a move that has sent ripples across the region, the United States has agreed to transfer a powerful fleet of advanced warships to the Philippines. This marks the largest and most significant defense boost for Manila since the tense days of the Cold War, fundamentally altering the military landscape of Southeast Asia. But this isn't just a routine military sale, it's a strategic realignment. The deal signals a deepening US-Philippine alliance and represents a bold, calculated move in the ongoing US-China rivalry for influence in the Indo-Pacific. The world took notice as officials in Washington and Manila signed the historic pact in December 2025, a moment that was broadcast live and analyzed by experts around the globe. For years, the Philippines has faced maritime disputes with China, its navy often outmatched and operating with outdated ships. Chinese Coast Guard vessels have routinely challenged Philippine boats, creating a tense and sometimes dangerous standoff in these contested waters. This landmark deal aims to change that dynamic, injecting modern American naval power into the Philippine fleet and creating, for the first time in decades, a credible deterrent against aggression. The United States is backing its treaty obligations with real military muscle, not just promises. By deploying advanced ships and technology, Washington is actively reshaping the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific, making it clear that its commitments are more than words on paper. In capitals around the world, leaders and analysts are scrambling to assess the implications. Will this move bring greater stability to the region, or will it trigger a dangerous escalation and arms race? For the United States and its allies, this is seen as an overdue rebalancing of power, a necessary step to counter growing Chinese assertiveness and to reassure partners in the region. For China, however, it is viewed as a provocative act of containment, an attempt to box in its ambitions and challenge its claims in the South China Sea. The deal is more than just the transfer of ships. It is a reflection of history, ambition, and the ever-present potential for confrontation in one of the world's most volatile regions. The South China Sea is a vital artery for global trade, with trillions of dollars worth of goods passing through its waters every year. It is also rich in natural resources, making its security critical not just for the region, but for the entire world economy. By strengthening the Philippines, the United States is betting on regional stability. Yet, this move also carries the risk of igniting a new arms race, as neighboring countries may feel compelled to bolster their own defenses in response. The stakes are higher than ever, and the world is watching closely to see how these new steel titans will shape the future of Asia and the balance of power in the Pacific. The hope is that a stronger, more capable Philippines will lead to a more stable and secure region, where disputes can be managed without resorting to force. But the risk remains. A volatile new chapter in the Pacific could be just beginning, with consequences that will echo far beyond these waters. To truly grasp the significance of the recent warship deal between the United States and the Philippines, we must first look back at the long and complex history that binds these two nations together. The US-Philippine relationship, forged through a shared history of colonialism, conflict, and cooperation, stands as one of Asia's most enduring and resilient alliances. From the battlefields of World War II, where American and Filipino soldiers fought side by side, to the present day, their partnership has weathered many storms. After the devastation of World War II, the alliance was formalized in the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty. This agreement has served as a security bedrock for over 70 years, providing both nations with a sense of stability and mutual commitment in an often unpredictable region. For decades, U.S. military bases at Subic Bay and Clark Air Base symbolize this close partnership, acting as strategic outposts in the Pacific. However, their closure in the 1990s marked a turning point, cooling relations and raising questions about the future of the alliance. In recent years, rising tensions with China over disputed territories in the South China Sea have reignited the importance of the US-Philippine alliance, bringing both countries closer together in the face of new security challenges. The Philippines' legal victory at The Hague in 2016, which affirmed its maritime rights, was celebrated but ultimately felt hollow without the naval power necessary to enforce the ruling and protect its interests. Recent agreements, such as the Visiting Forces Agreement and the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, have revived military cooperation, allowing for joint exercises, training, and a renewed sense of shared purpose. These steps have set the stage for today's landmark warship transfer. This transfer is not just a transaction, it represents the logical evolution of a decades-old alliance, one that is constantly adapting to new threats and the changing dynamics of the Asia-Pacific region. It's not simply history repeating itself, but rather history evolving, transforming to meet the demands and realities of the 21st century, with new technologies and new challenges. Today, the US-Philippine partnership is not only awake, but more relevant and vital than ever, standing as a testament to the enduring power of shared values and strategic cooperation. At the heart of the agreement are two formidable Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, renowned for their advanced technology and combat readiness. These ships, recently retired from the U.S. Navy after years of distinguished service, are now set for a new chapter in the Philippines. Outfitted with the state-of-the-art Aegis combat system, these destroyers will provide the Philippine Navy with capabilities never before available, including advanced missile defense, tracking, and command systems. The deal also brings 4 Cyclone-class patrol ships designed for coastal defense, rapid response, and counter-terrorism operations, vital for protecting the nation's vast maritime borders. To ensure seamless integration, a comprehensive training program will prepare Filipino crews, focusing on technical skills, operational tactics, and joint exercises, building a long-term partnership and true interoperability between the two navies. The first destroyer, to be renamed BRP Jose Rizal II, in honor of the national hero, is scheduled to arrive in 2026, marking a historic milestone for the Philippine fleet. The second destroyer will follow 18 months later, further strengthening the Navy's capabilities and presence in the region. All 4 patrol ships are expected to be fully operational and in service by the end of 2025, significantly boosting maritime security and patrol capacity. The $1.2 billion deal is financed through a combination of U.S. grants and direct sales, highlighting Washington's strategic commitment to the Philippines and the broader Indo-Pacific region. President Marcos Jr. has called this agreement a pivotal moment for Philippine sovereignty, emphasizing that these new assets are for defense, not aggression, and will help safeguard national interests. With this deal, the U.S. is investing in a frontline ally, providing not just promises but tangible power and support, strengthening regional security and the enduring partnership between the two nations. Beijing's response was immediate and fierce. China accused the U.S. of stoking confrontation and militarizing the South China Sea. State media painted the deal as an act of containment, while Chinese naval patrols increased near Philippine-claimed waters. Aggressive maneuvers against Filipino vessels followed, testing Manila's resolve. Diplomatically, China warned Southeast Asian neighbors against siding with the U.S., offering economic incentives as alternatives. Beijing's strategy: public condemnation, gray zone pressure, and outreach to isolate the Philippines. Overreaction risks pushing others toward the U.S. Inaction is not an option. China's next moves will shape the region's future. The deal has sent shockwaves across the Indo-Pacific. U.S. allies like Japan and Australia quietly approve, seeing a stronger Philippines as a key link in the first island chain. ASEAN, however, is divided. Vietnam welcomes Manila's new strength, while Cambodia and Laos side with Beijing. Indonesia and Malaysia hedge, wary of escalation but concerned about China's claims. The deal complicates Taiwan's security calculus. A stronger Philippine Navy could help monitor the Bashi Channel, a critical choke point. This bolsters Taiwan's defense and complicates any Chinese invasion plan. The region's security architecture is shifting, with Manila now a pivotal player. ASEAN's unity is tested, and the balance of power is in flux. The U.S. move indirectly strengthens Taiwan and raises the stakes for all. Asia's tides are changing, fast. For Filipinos, the deal stirs pride and anxiety. Many see it as long overdue protection after years of harassment by Chinese vessels. There's new confidence, but also fear. Will the Philippines become a battleground in a U.S.-China conflict? Coastal communities worry. Will more warships mean safety or more danger? Political debate is fierce. Some hail the deal as a masterstroke. Others fear it makes the Philippines a pawn. Calls for diplomacy and independence compete with demands for strength. Most Filipinos want peace, stability, and the freedom to earn a living. The government must use these new assets wisely, deterring aggression, but seeking peaceful solutions. The hopes and fears of millions now sail with these steel titans. The deal's economic impact is profound. Local economies near naval bases will benefit from jobs in ship maintenance and port upgrades. U.S. investments in infrastructure could boost trade, but risks loom. China, a top trading partner, could retaliate economically. Filipino exporters are nervous. The South China Sea is vital for global shipping. Any tension raises costs and risks for world trade. The Philippine government faces high long-term costs for operating these ships, funds that could go to education or healthcare. The gamble that defending maritime resources will yield greater economic benefits than the ship's price tag. Security and prosperity are now tightly linked. Western analysts see the deal as restoring deterrence against Chinese expansion. With credible naval assets, the Philippines can raise the cost of coercion. Critics warn that more weapons increase the risk of miscalculation and escalation. Some urge diplomacy and a stronger ASEAN role, fearing military moves corner China. Regional experts argue the Philippines had little choice. Diplomacy alone failed to stop encroachment. The new ships must be part of a broader strategy, modernizing forces, building alliances, and clarifying rules of engagement. Economic analysts see the deal as insurance, costly, but less so than a major conflict. The US is betting on a stable, rules-based order, even at the risk of provoking Beijing. The gamble is real, but so is the potential reward, peace through strength. The region's future hangs in the balance. The US-Philippine warship deal marks a turning point in the Indo-Pacific. It's more than a military transaction, it's a symbol of shifting power and renewed alliances. The arrival of these destroyers will alter the maritime balance, giving Manila new strength. The promise: a stable, rules-based order and secure sea lanes. The peril: an arms race and the risk of conflict. Navigating this new era will require skill and restraint from all sides. The world must debate: how do we balance deterrence and diplomacy? As these steel titans sail, the future of peace and prosperity in Asia is at stake.